talked to Rafi. And Rafi's from Italy. He's from Rome. And he's so much fun. I love this Rafi dude. And I've worked with him before. He's just like, Janet, how you doing? Oh, big hug. So I'm like, what's been going on with you, Rafi? He's like, Janet, I took 3 weeks off and I directed 2 shorts and a commercial spec. He's like, 3 weeks. He's like, it was wonderful. It went so great. He's like, we shot in Big Bear. I paid everybody. I put up all the actors. He's like, it turned out fantastic. We're starting to edit it. I'm really excited about this. He's like, I'm a director. I'm a DP too. I'm like, yeah, that's so great. He's like, yeah, we spent $16,000, but it's gonna be great. He's like, but it wasn't just the $16,000 I spent. He's like, I took turning up those 3 weeks when it is so busy. He's like, I've turned down like so many jobs, probably $30,000 worth of work. Of course, I knew that would be the case. 30 plus 16, so it cost him $46,000. So I'm like, hey, so yeah, tell me more about this. So how'd you find the actors? And he goes, I hired a casting director. And they casted all 3 spots? Yeah. I'm like, oh, very interesting information. So this is what I'm talking about. These filmmakers, they're on set. They're all around you. I didn't know that he was going to shoot this thing. But if you talk to people, you will dig it up. You'll find there's filmmakers doing projects all the time. Everybody is doing projects, that is a filmmaker, to move up. Okay? That's how you move up. I mean, Rafi wants to be a director, wants to direct. You got to direct, okay? There's a cost to that. It costs money to put together films, and you have to turn down work. So he's got to make that decision. Just like the actors here are going to get work coming in, PA jobs, acting jobs, art department jobs, and you're like, oh, I don't have time, I can't audition. Yes, you can. You got to make that decision just like Rafi has to. It's one of those good problems to have. Everybody here that's a PA, that's on these sets, that wants to become an actor, if you've chosen that that's what you really want to do, that's quite a path. Your job as an actor is to give good performances in the auditions, not necessarily to book the role. That's a major message of this book by Jenna Fisher, An Actor's Life. What she says is you have to audition for student films, work your way up, might take you a few years from outside the business with these survival jobs. That was her path. Survival job, keep plugging away, working on student films basically until you get enough credits and you meet enough people that eventually you get pulled into, you get an agent. But for her, it took her 10 years. That's a long time. That's a hell of a lot of work. Now, it's always going to be a lot of work. If there's any one profession, acting, directing, writing, those are the top 3. So much work, so much competition, but you're up for it if that's what you want to do. And it can be a freaking pleasure. Instead of being outside the business, we are inside the business. We can talk to these filmmakers. Now, when you talk to these filmmakers, you ask them about their projects. And you ask them about the script, and you ask them about the story, and who wrote it, and you find out all about it, and then tell them that you'd love to help them out with it. Sounds like a great thing. I'd love to help you out with it. By the way, I'm an actor too, so I'd love to audition for that if there's a role that would be appropriate. You can help out with casting. You could possibly audition for a role, and while you're there helping him out on his spec films as a PA, you could be put in the thing too. This is a gold mine, and a lot of people are not asking questions on set to find these opportunities, but they're everywhere and all around you. Now, when a professional does a film, it's another level, way above student filmmaker. And that stuff is going to be, it is specifically made to be turned into something. So when you act in it, people are going to see it. Professional people are going to see it. So for Rafi's 2 films, 2 shorts that he shot, those are going to be used to get a big directing job directing a commercial, because the same person that wrote those 2 shorts and the commercial spec wrote this feature film. They've got funding for it. It's a $1.5 million feature. So Rafi wants to direct it. In order for Rafi to direct it, he needs to be able to show that he's a director. When you're having conversations with these filmmakers on set and you're getting opportunities to audition, the real opportunity there, other than being cast and getting in the thing and getting footage and being seen, obviously that's a slam dunk. The other one is just to be able to audition in front of his casting director And then that casting director knows you. You have to slam dunk that audition and you book the room. Like Bonnie Gillespie says, book the room. That's your job as an actor. Your job is to act in auditions, not to book the job. The jobs will come 50 auditions to one role. That's why you got to really decide that you want to do this as an actor, because do you want your life to be spent auditioning? Because when you get to that level, after you've gotten all of the roles, and after, see, the auditioning 50 to 1, which is SAG auditions that you're submitted with an agent, that's after several, probably several years, right? So that's going to be your life. And you have to decide if that's what you want. Now, the time building up to the time that you have the agent and you're going on all these auditions, that time is the time that we are in right now. That time is super fun. It's super exciting to build something. It's super exciting to get on these sets and talk to these filmmakers and audition for their stuff and act in some of their stuff. Okay? So that is the accelerator, because you can actually get yourself out there on professional stuff. Yes, it's specs and shorts, but that's perfect. You're always going to get the work that's at the level that you're at, not land a big feature film. But you can audition for Rafi's thing, get in it, and then possibly act in his $1.5 million feature film. That would make a lot of sense. And then from there, maybe a bigger one. That's the way of the world. And then you track the agent. You don't get the agent now. You get the agent when you're actually making money. Rafi's film did pay, by the way. So the agents are like, oh, okay, paid job, paid job, paid job. Real credit. It's going to be on IMDb. This is good. Of course, when you look at the actors and you look at their IMDb, tons of shorts, tons of shorts. They're always doing shorts. So what do you need to do to get ready to be able to talk to Rafi and get an opportunity to audition? Well, first of all, you got to be good at auditioning. So you need to audition a lot, and you need to practice a lot. Yeah, you need to be smooth in that audition, right? Yeah, so that's going to be a growth thing. So make sure that you don't want to get opportunities too soon either. So training so that you actually can act, you know what you're doing. Training. Then put together a small resume with all the small little shoots on there. That's fine. Start using student films to build up your body of work. Yes, it'll be freebie stuff. It doesn't have to be paid. I'm talking about getting ready to have conversations with the filmmakers. There's preparation that you need to do to be able to be ready for those opportunities, because that's a higher level. So before you are talking and digging up opportunities with these filmmakers, which you better be freaking ready for it, because now you're getting out there in front of professionals like crazy. It's that middle step between where you sign an agent and you're on the audition zone like crazy, and this is the time that's getting you ready to sign with an agent, because an agent's looking for two things. They're looking for training on your resume, which is classes with people that they recognize, and they are looking for a body of work, a current body of work. They want to see you hustling. They want to see you finding work. It doesn't matter that it's for free stuff. Who cares? Don't worry about that. Build that stuff, and then practice, 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 and then you're going to be ready to start talking to the filmmakers. So you need to have a resume, training, be good at auditioning, and then you're ready to start talking to those filmmakers to be getting that whole new category of work. Make sense?